Okay, mic is working good. Everything is fine. Let's get started. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 14th of January and we are now live in New York session over here. So, let's get started. So, let me just open GBP JPY chart and let's just also have a look at the EuroCAD. Where is GBP USD? So, okay, so this was the trade in EuroCAD. What happened actually? Okay, look here. So from this POI yesterday, the market went all the way up to this level. Now it's coming down again. So let me just clarify this thing also that let me just remove everything from the chart. So right now the market structure is bearish totally. Why? Because the market was moving up, created a second resistance, went down again. There is a resistance over here. Oh, this could be a really nice opportunity. Came down and again this there is a resistance again and it's coming down again, right? But the thing is, this POI, or you can say this POI over here. Okay, let's just take this POI. This POI over here is still intact. Okay, so the POI is still intact and the market has already entered between inside the POI zone. So now what if it doesn't respect this POI and starts to move down? So what we can do is, let me just go to the bigger time frames to see a bigger picture. So let's have a look at the monthly. So monthly time frame is now again coming down like a bearish trend, and it's filling the previous month's candles wick. So this candle is coming all the way down. It came down to this point, it has retraced back up. So I think in the bigger time frame like monthly, it's totally bearish. And if we talk about the weekly over here, then the weekly time frame is also, I think, bearish. It will fill its own wick, that's what I think. So if that's gonna be the case, then we need to look at the lower time frames and we need to search for clean ranges to the left for sells basically. So we are gonna drop this time frame also from weekly to daily. So now if we talk about daily, the market structure is also bearish in the daily as well. Market came down, created a rejection area, went up. Now the current candle of daily went up, broke the highs of the previous candle, and it reversed back. Now it's heading towards the lower low of the yesterday's candle. And also, if it breaks the low, then it will be moving all the way down, so by filling this wick, and will respect this area over here. So according to me, the daily is also bearish. So weekly is bearish, monthly is bearish, daily is bearish, right? So let me just look at the 4-hour as well. So now this is the 4-hour, and over here the market is actually at a support level, which is a strong support level, and also this level is also the POI we marked. So to move down, candles has to do something which will, disrespect the POI or break the POI zone, and then it has to sustain or stabilize its price below that POI zone so that the market can easily move down from there. So, and also in the 4 hour, if we look at the 4 hour, we have this clean range to cover up. So I think this can be a good range to take a trade in EuroCAD, and the range is also pretty good, like 28 pips, but we need to find a good range in smaller time frames. So I'm gonna look at the 1 hour now. Now the thing is, we have clean range below this area, so this will be the area which I'm gonna look for. So I need a candle to close below 1.42857 to execute sells, and I think it can easily come down to this level. Yes, this will be the level over here it will be coming towards to. So now once we enter below 1.42857, that means now the weekly, daily, and let's not talk about monthly. So weekly and daily, we analyzed them correctly, because according to me, it should be coming down. So according to me, the sells is the bias for me, and let's see what happens. Nothing is because 100%, so we can just assume. Now this is the 45 minutes. So according to me, 45 minute is also a good time frame to trade, and in this time frame particularly, and in this scenario right now, the market is pretty good. So, and the 30 minutes as well, it's also very nice. Let's also look at the 15 minutes. And if we look at the 15 minutes, then I think this will be the area I'll be looking to, because I need a candle closing below this area so that I can take a sell trade. And if I calculate the range over here, it's 19.5 pips. But the thing is, there's a problem over here. If I take a sell, then yeah, it can come down like 12 pips, and then it can reject the area. But if we look at the higher time frames, then I think it will be easily breaking below that area too, and will be falling down to this level, because this was an impulse move, and before this impulse move we have some consolidations. So this is another POI over here. So this is another POI, or yeah, another interesting thing is there that this is also a POI zone. So this is a strong POI zone. Yes, this is a perfect POI zone over here. I'm gonna label this over here. Perfect. So yeah, this is a POI level, and market is over here. So yes, I think sells below this area will be a really nice option, because then it will be coming down to test this POI, and it might reject this area and then go up. That can also be the case, but we will be looking just for sells. So yes, I like this analysis over here. So this will be my zone below which I'm gonna look for sells. So this was all about EuroCAD. So no trades can be taken in this kind of a scenario, because we have consolidations over here, so we cannot really take a trade. Market is stuck over here, can really reject these areas because they are strong areas of the market, so need to wait for a better option. And now let's just look at sorry, let's just look at GBP JPY. Yesterday I was really waiting for the market over here to break this level and move up to test this POI, but it didn't, and it just went all the way down. And this candle, let me just go to the smaller time frames. So we had this clean range, but what happened is this candle came all the way down. Let me just go to the 15 minutes as well. I think, yeah, the clean range is there also in 15 minutes as well. So what happened over here is this candle, yeah, I took this trade, I remember. Yesterday I took this trade. When this candle broke the low, this 15-minute candle closed below this area, and when this candle broke this low over here, I took a sell trade. It went down in 7 pips, but I was also looking at the distance between, this wick over here and this target area over here as well. So the distance was just about 6 pips away, right? And the market was really retracing back up, starting to retrace back up from there, and I wasn't really expecting that thing to happen. Sorry, I was really expecting the market to come down at least 10 pips, where I could have just booked some profits. But when I looked at the left, I was having some issues in this areas. Oops. In the 15 minutes I was having some issues. So when I looked at this market structure over here, it was retracing back from nearby this support area from the 15 minutes. So what I did was I closed everything at break even, because when the market was retracing back up, a thing came into my mind that it's not necessary that it will be going up in one shot. Maybe it will now consolidate or something like that, and that was a really nice decision made. So after this, let me just go to 3 minutes. Yeah, market close, candle closed like this, then this candle closed like this. There was no chance of taking a trade. And what do we have here? Okay, nothing much. So let's just go to the monthly. Sorry. So monthly candle is totally, rejecting the higher prices. Now it has came down under the wick of this candle, so now breaking up again will be hard thing to do. So I don't know about the monthly, because it can really move up with volume and it can really reverse back from here, because look, candle close bullish, bearish, bullish. Now this can be a bearish candle. Okay, so anything can happen, or this can be a weak bearish candle, so that the next monthly candle will be moving up. So anything can happen in the monthly. So if we talk about weekly over here, weekly is now reversing back from the same area it reversed back from. So this was a really strong key level of the market, and the weekly is now reversing back. So it can possibly go. So it can possibly fill its own wick again, and once it break its own low, then first point will be somewhere over, somewhere over here, you can say. Yeah, 53 pips down. And if we talk about daily for more clarification or clarity, market was in a bullish momentum. It created a resistance over here, rejection over here, went down, created a support over here, but this candle went down. That means second resistance was formed, and this candle over here closed bullish. That means a support has been formed, and this candle also closed above these bodies over here. That means this becomes a fake out, and then this candle over here went all the way up but closed weak bearish below this area. That means a lower low, you can say, has been formed, and the yesterday's candle closed out a bearish one. that means, and also it closed above this area, that means the market is totally consolidating at this point, because the market is moving up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's just purely consolidating. To take a sell entry, or to be more sure about sells, we need a daily candle closing below this area or above this area, which will give us some clarity. For now, I really cannot say anything at this point, because market can really reject this area and starts to move up from here, because the market is just consolidating, so anything can happen. So for to find that, we need to go to the 4-hour. Okay, perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw some trend lines over here to look at the overall thing. Okay, so the market is just consolidating at this point. So this is not our thing, right? So we need to wait for the better market structure, and then we can do some trading over here, right? But also, it's not necessary to always wait for market to get outside the consolidation. You can also wait for the market to trade inside the consolidation with good setups. So what can be a good setup? So now over here, this was a resistance, and market went up, and here is the resistance over here, and the current market is rejecting that area, right? So that's also a POI as well, right? So market can possibly reject this area and move down from here, or or can go up to break its own high to continue moving up, because we have this clean range as well. So I cannot take a buy like that, so I need a second support to be formed to take a buy. So I'm gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna switch to the lower time frames to be more sure. So yeah, so this is the area above which I'm gonna look for buys in JPY, and I think it will be going up to this level easily. Yes, let's see. So above this area I'm going to look for buys, and if you talk about sells, right now the market structure is bullish. So the market is creating higher highs, higher lows, and it's going up right now. So I'll be not surprised if the market again starts to go up a little bit. But what about the sells? So let's just find out. Okay, perfect. So over here below this area, I'm gonna look for sells. So if I get a candle, look how many candles are there which were trying to maintain in their price below 156.089, but they all failed, and finally they rejected this area and moved up, right? So now if it comes down again and stabilizes its price below 156.089, stabilizing its price below, that means candle closing below that price. So I'm gonna wait for that, and we have this clean candle going down, so the market can easily move down to this level, which is 18 pips of target, you can say, or it can go down to fill this wick maybe, or something like that. But according to me, if it starts to go down, then it will be going down somewhere around over here. Yeah, according to me. So let's go to the let's see 45 minutes as well. Same analysis over here in 45 minutes too, so that's a nice thing. And if we talk about the 30 minutes, 30 minutes, okay, let's see. Need to shift some areas over here in 30 minutes. But yes, market can easily go down to this level from here. So the range is quite good, and market can easily go down 10 pips from here. And if you talk about buy thing, then yes, above this level I'm gonna look for buys. So it can go up to 15-16 pips at least, easily. And if we look at the 15 minutes, then yes. In the 15 minutes as well, above this area, I'm gonna look for buys. It can go up to 16 pips. If I will be failing to get this move over here, then I'm gonna wait for a candle to close above this level, and we have a better range over here, like 14 pips till this area, and then we have 23 pips till this candle formation. So yes, I'm gonna wait over here. Yeah. So above this area, I'm gonna look for buys, and below this area, I'm gonna look for sells. This is a no trading zone for me. So we have our idea about the GBP. We have our idea about EuroCAD. Let's have a look at the GBP USD. GBP USD is doing nothing right now. So GBP USD analysis is quite simple at this point, because there's nothing to worry about over here, because the clean market is quite clean over here. So let's just first talk about the buy. I'm gonna buy above this area. I'm gonna buy above this area, and I'm gonna sell below this area or this area. Yeah. So let's see. If I see this in 30 minutes, then I'm gonna sell below this area, and if I will be trading in the 15 minutes, then I'm gonna sell below this area. That I'm gonna readjust when the market will be heading towards, you know, all these areas. So till then, just waiting is involved. So we have ideas for all the pairs available. Now I'm gonna look for these charts over here. So yesterday market came down inside this zone, and I think, according to me, it's just a retracement, and it will be coming down to tap this low. That means chances of coming down is quite high. And yes, according to me, it will be again testing. Now, not testing, actually it will be breaking this low over here and create a new low. So that can also be the case. If we look at the 1 hour, yes, 1 hour is clearly bearish, and we have our POI over here in the 1 hour, and market is clearly going down to test that POI. That means selling is a better option. Yeah. But we need to wait. We need to wait. No other option. We haven't talked about EuroCAD buys. Let's also talk about that. So if we talk about EuroCAD buys, then I think above this area, if I get a candle closing above this area, then I'm gonna look for buys over here. The reason is we have these clean candles, and market can go up to this point easily, and the range is pretty good. It's about 17 pips, so I don't think that there will be some problem. Also, if I take this trade in the volume time, then I don't think that there will be any problem. Hey Brandon, good afternoon, buddy. Yeah. and the first target over here in GBP will be this area. Above this we have okay, perfect. So let's have a look over here. So according to me, GBP will be moving down to this area, and the 4-hour is also telling the same thing. Also daily is also bearish, weekly is also rejecting the areas, so I don't think that there will be any kind of a problem. And 30 minutes also coming down. Yes. So if we talk about EuroCAD, yesterday the market went up from this area, and now it came all the way down by rejecting these areas over here, right? So let me just remove all okay, so this is a low, market went up, retracing back, went up, retracement is there, maybe trying to move up again. So if this is the, now the picture of EuroCAD might be changing, might be, because now it went up from there, retraced back, went up again, came down. Okay, this can be a retracement back to this area, right? And now the market is rejecting this area. So now if the market starts to go up from here, then EuroCAD will be changing its trend. So yes, we need to be very careful while trading EuroCAD. We don't need this one as well. Okay, this is good. So if I'm right and the market will be moving up, then it will be moving up to this level, and then we'll break this level and continue to move up. But also there is a POI over here in EuroCAD 4-hour, and the market is coming down from right like this, and it can really test this POI. So but that's a long-term thing, so it can go up and down, do something like that. 1 hour time frame is totally sideways. Oh, volume is there, coming up. Volume is coming up in EuroCAD. Oh, look here, it's not stopping. It's just moving up. So if we don't get a chance, then it's alright. It just broke these highs, and now it can really move up in one single push, but I cannot take this trade. I need a confirmation. I need a confirmation and proper range to trade. So need to wait for 9 more minutes for this candle to close first. So let's see how this candle will be closing. Also, for those who are coming live on our streams and they are new, I just want to tell them that, guys, join the Discord channel, because whenever I take a trade, I always post that trade particularly on Discord, and that trade is well labeled. Like, this was the trade I took yesterday in EuroCAD, and I showed this trade on Instagram story as well. So you can basically check out these analysis and learn from them, and these are the well labeled charts, so you can have some free knowledge from this also. And I also started to give explanations, like why I took this trade, what actually happened at that point. So I also mentioned all the scenario, all sorry, what do we say? All the explanation of that trade. Okay, so if anybody just wants to grab some more free knowledge and like do something like on their own and learn for free, then just join the Discord channel and uh, look at the analysis we share. Like, I share analysis every day if I take a trade, and there are other traders as well. Like, uh, this is a chart sent by some other traders, so you can also have a look on their charts as well. You can send your charts as well. So yeah, this was a trade I took, because in this particular trade I gave my trade a second chance. So you can come and see this picture over here and learn how I gave my trade a second chance. And over here explanation is also there, so you can learn for free like this. This is another chart sent by a trader, so you can also learn from their analysis also. And basically I created this channel, just to share the knowledge with everybody. And when we share our knowledge with each another, we learn also, we learn many things. So that's the purpose of this channel basically. Oh, GP dropping down, nice. 15-minute candle is about to close over here. Let's have a look at the range. So now range has reduced to 11.6 pips. We need to look for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is having 19 minutes left. So can we expect this candle to move all the way up? Also, we have these rejections over here as well. What do we have? Okay. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna take this trade or not, but if I get a retracement candle and then like this, something like this, then yes, at that point of time, yes, I'm gonna take the trade. But if this candle closes like this and there's no proper range, then no, I'm not gonna take this trade. I'm gonna stick to the discipline, because taking a trade over here can be really risky, because the range is just 11-12 pips, and the spread in EuroCAD is about 1.5 or 2 pips. So the range comes out to be 10 pips. Now let's minus the commissions as well, and let's minus the commissions as well. So it will come out to be total of 7-8 pips or 8 pips, 9 pips. So cannot really give this trade a chance. And also on the left we have multiple rejections in this area, multiple times, right? So we can expect the market to move up in this area and then come down. So the range also reduced by this amount of pips as well. So I think waiting is a better option at this point.